All right, it might be little bit dark. Okay, so Jesse,
Yeah.
this is a thing that I do. I think you know about it or you've seen it.
Damn right.
So this is just for me. It's like a memory thing.
Okay.
It's just I call this like my comedy diary.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll just talk to comics just to see what their experience so far has been.
Okay.
You know, and I don't really edit or anything. It's just like free talk for ourselves so that let's say if we're still doing it in 10 years,
Yeah.
we could watch this and be like, oh, how fucking wrong were we?
Yeah. Seriously. Okay. Let's begin then.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean,
Okay.
you've been doing comedy for about
Since,
a year?
Yeah, a year. No, since a year and something. Since
Okay.
November 2021.
Okay, so I'm almost at a year next month. How did you start?
Man, I started. I was thinking about it for a long time. You know, like, oh, wouldn't it be cool? Because I know it took a lot of effort to be up every night. Comedy is a different game.
Yeah.
So, oh, it would be cool to meet all these people. I don't know. Try comedy. The thing is, like, I was like writing jokes, and so I wanted.
Oh, even before you went up?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I was like, oh, I really wanted to see if I'm funny because I was, I was writing these jokes, but I didn't have anything to outlet to say that. So that's why I really wanted to start. And I started on my mother's birthday. Because
Did you miss it?
What?
Your mother's birthday.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, it was like it was on a Sunday. We celebrated the Saturday, so it was all good.
Okay, so you had to already celebrate.
Yeah.
Do you remember what your first joke was?
Oh man, I did. Actually, I had no material. I went up and I completely froze. So I improv. I remember this. It was so gross because it was like they gave you 10 minutes.
What?
Yeah, it was the Sloppy Sundays at the Saint Catherine.
Okay, just that still exists?
No,
or?
it was some guy ran it, but
Okay.
man, and he gave me 10 minutes. So I remember just being, I talked about like losing my virginity and like fucking, and I was just depressed and I was laying on the floor. I remember like I laid on the floor doing a bit. I don't know what I was doing. It was all improv.
Did people laugh?
Yeah, of course. I guess that shook them like crazy. But then, the next Monday, I showed up at Barfly and I started doing the routine.
Nice.
Like I started like doing the open mic grind. But yeah.
Well, do you remember what your first proper like
Set?
written
Yeah,
joke
yeah,
was?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Tell it.
Okay, so like I don't get like chicken. You know what I mean? Like people like people eat chicken, okay? But I feel it's worse if you eat a free range chicken. It's like a free range chicken sounds like he has a family and friends, you know what I mean? And he has like a chill spot with his homies and everything. He's just a free guy, you know? And you just take him away, you slice his fucking head off, and you take his babies. You know what I mean? Those are organic eggs. You know? So like,
Yeah. It's like the idea of like, Carl Pilkington? He's like
Yeah.
a friend of Ricky Gervais.
Yeah,
He says something like, I don't think like it's good to eat, like it sucks that they're free range chicken, you know, like it's like they have a good life and you kill them, like just like eat chickens that are in a cage.
Yeah,
they're sitting there like kill me,
That's what,
you know.
yeah.
It's
That was the bit, yeah.
It's such a cool.
Yeah.
And how'd you feel? Well, the first time you actually did it, when you got off stage, how'd you feel about that?
Oh, I felt like good. Like I was like, oh, I broke the ice kind of thing. It didn't really feel like I jumped into some water and I didn't melt. That was pretty fun.
Okay.
I gotta be honest, like now I'm in that water and I just
Again?
Yeah, I'm in the water.
Oh, I thought you bad water.
No, it's great water. I'm in the water. Water's
This is
fine.
good. This is
Yeah.
this is good water.
But like I just find myself like always looking for another shark to have fun with, like it's art. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like that's why in comedy I always do like, oh, this month I'm only doing crowds, or I'm wearing a suit this month.
Oh yeah, talk about that. So basically, you give yourself a monthly challenge.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you think it has had results? Is there something that you're like, oh, this will keep?
Yeah, and absolutely, and there's definitely things that I was like, oh, that I'm gonna throw away.
Like what?
The suit.
Oh,
I
I remember you were wearing a suit at one point.
I was trying to go as fancy as possible wearing suits.
Yeah.
Well, not just a jacket. But the thing is, I tell like kind of dirty jokes in a nice way. But in a suit, it just sounds like I'm a jackass. You know what I mean? Like I got
Like you're trying too hard?
a little bit, yeah. Ski so, you know. But really, I'm not a suit guy. I'm a jacket guy.
He's just a normal guy.
Yeah.
Like an everyday kind of guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. That's it. So, like,
The challenges help because let's say you go back and you're like, oh, okay, well this month was a little slow on comedy, but at least I did one with that, and I told myself I was doing one with that. And then again, like, hey, Bus. Hey,
Bus.
in comedy, I'm in no rush, man. I feel like people, I don't know what I'm doing it for yet, but I just like doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always when we talk comedy and stuff, because I've been doing it a little bit, not as long as you, but like, and we're so different in our comedic styles, like so different. But when I talk to you, I always find that you're so like realistic about it. You're very like, it's the work, it's art, we gotta work hard, and we're just starting. And that's every time I talk to you, like it gives me back perspective.
Absolutely.
Because it's easy to get frustrated sometimes. Where it's like, like fuck, I would like to do more spots or something, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Then I just look back and I say, maybe in 10 years I'll be looking back and saying, what was I worrying about that spots on a Tuesday when you know what I mean? Like, because the way I see it is like your jokes and your work will tell what you do.
Yeah. And like, do you? Yeah, I did. Sorry. I usually film these inside.
Yeah. I wonder if you'll even hear anything.
Hey.
Yeah.
And I don't edit them really, so this is gonna be the worst one. I don't remember what I was asking you, but fuck me. So do you like? What are your favorite mics to do and stuff? Like, what is it like? What's the ideal show to you with your character?
Just if it has people.
Past people?
Yeah.
You know what? I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Like, as long as it has actually a crowd, not just comedians, but like, hey, like, there's 16 people here who came out. This is their night. People make their night to do and go watch a comedy. It's their date night. You know what I mean? Like,
I was talking about this with Molly the other day, who's been on this thing, and we were like, it's so easy to forget that some people, it's like, this is what they're doing tonight. They're going to a comedy show, and it's like special to them. And then, cause like you had a bad day, like you won't bring it, or at least me, like I'm like, fuck this, like whatever. It's crazy how, and a lot of people, it's also their first show.
Yeah.
The first comedy show that they go to.
So, I don't know, but it's nice, man, because I feel like it's all worth it in the end. I feel like this comedy's doing pretty good for me. So. Yeah. I got my job out of it, you know what I mean? I'm happy with what I'm doing with life. You know, like, because I hate I hate work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a vagabond, you know, I live in a van and travel the world, but life doesn't afford me that kind of thing, you know, that luxury. So I make the best of it. And if I'm doing like comedy and what I love, and I'm writing, and I say to my girlfriend, hey, I'm going in my room writing for an hour, and I'll just set a timer and write for an hour and come back out. It's nice, man.
So what's your writing process like? Are there tools that you developed as you went? Like, I know you have a big whiteboard.
Yeah, not a whiteboard, man. So I keep
blackboard.
Just posters of my old band posters, but I put little post-its of the joke taglines on it, and I see and I accumulate every joke I write. It accumulates on it, and I put them in like tiers. And
okay.
Yeah. So like
best.
shit tier. Yeah. What I'm doing now, like my type 10 or whatever. And like, okay, this stuff that that was good, but I wrote other stuff, but it's in there, you know what I mean? And then you got the B tier, which is like, you'll pull that out if you really like, what are you doing? And then it's like, look, don't even try it, you know? Some of them is like one says, order a pizza. I don't know when I put it up there.
Do you know what it is?
I don't know. It just says order a pizza, and I'm wondering if it's just legit going on stage.
And actually order a pizza?
Yeah, can I get a,
That's funny. That's funny.
And just order a fucking pizza.
I like that.
Yeah.
You've been also hosting. You host a lot, kind of.
Yeah. We try. It's nice. It's easier, I guess.
Do you find it to be? I've hosted maybe 3 times.
It's not the same. It's
not the same.
And people once like my bosses and shit came to my show that I was
really?
hosting at Melrose.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, you weren't that funny. I'm hosting. You know what I mean?
Your boss said you weren't that funny.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't find me that funny. I mean, because I'm not that character. I can't be like my act.
You can't be like
Oh no, you can. I'm still very genuine. Everyone has a great time. But comedy-wise, it's totally different. I'm up there doing a set.
Totally. And you said you have a character, and we mentioned that you're very different. Like, how would you describe your character? Is there any inspiration for it? How do you come up with it?
Oh man, like, okay. So like, you know when like you and your friends are just like really having fun. I made something funny, and you're like,
Yeah.
Like, that little you punch each other kind of funny.
That came out of that.
Yeah. I like that kind of like, you son of a, like crazy, wild, funny.
Yeah, it's very Jim Carrey-ish a little bit, or like
Yeah.
maybe that's not a good comparison. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, I don't know. I don't do that many. If that's I guess it's a good comparison, but I don't do as many like voices. I'm not trying that out. I'm not acting.
But you're like
sure,
like very physical.
Physical,
right?
I like physical comedy. Yeah, I tried to write some jokes, or if I was the instrument, like I was the prop, so a lot of good jokes to the French Japanese guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's act outs.
Yeah, exactly.
That's little act outs. Yeah. That's really interesting. Do you because you were talking about your jokes and like how you place them in tiers and stuff. Do you ever find that sometimes you outgrow some of your jokes?
Yeah,
You're like,
sure.
this joke is like, I can do much better than this.
Yeah, definitely. That happens. That happens a lot because I catch myself. Well, who cares? Like, when a lot of comics, it's like stories about them. And I got to tell a story about, like, oh, well, my father, he used to do things. No, like, or like, just like me, like stories. It's a story or an opinion, or is it? You got a story joke, opinion joke.
Yeah.
One like a punchline joke, wordplay joke. There's all these different kinds of jokes. So yeah, I'm just trying to like not do as many story jokes right now.
I tried a little bit and it's so hard.
Yeah.
I only do stories when like if there's no audience, I'll just try to get the words and I'll just do a story and I'm like I don't expect anything out of it. But it's harder to get like that 10-second laugh with stories and stuff if they don't know you.
And if you can, I guess if you do that, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But like, what the hell what's the story?
Yeah, what's the story? Did you do because you were a musician before? You still are, I guess.
Yeah, sure. It's always
You ever do improv?
No. But I'm pretty sure I'm good at it.
That's because your stuff has a little bit of like the concept of game and hey Daniel come on you heard about this thing like called game in improv. It's like following like there's like a little funny thing that happens. Let's say I start speaking in rhymes and then like all these people follow through that. There's like game. Why are there so many assholes on motorcycles? Is it like the F1 Formula 1 guy? I find that there's sometimes like your jokes are sometimes like a little game, it's like you're like your harmonica joke is like on another note and it's like very like
recently like funny thing about writing I don't know actually no we already talked about it so it doesn't make
I like
sense.
like I don't know.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. I didn't know. But yeah, I switched to the things and it was fine. Much better.
You switched the punchline and you made it like a premise.
I switched the two tagline. Well, there's two jokes. One is on another note, you blow the harmonica. It's a note, and then you. But like usually I do it after like as a callback to the harmonica. But now I just like, oh, you want to hear harmonica? I brought it tonight, but it's just shit.
I'm not sure if you're gonna do. Oh no, there's. You know what? Because we're at a show right now.
Yeah.
That's why we're filming it.
Yeah.
We're at Hurley's. Actually, they're really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they were laughing and having fun.
We'll see from up there. It's been
13 minutes. You have anything else to say?
Hey,
what do you want in the future? How do you see your future? What do you want in your
Oh,
future?
man,
Jesse,
future.
Mina.
I really like now be like worrying about like bills, not bills, but like just what I mean, like, live comfortably, I suppose.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that in 10 years, good job, buddy. And let's do comedy. Okay, so here's comedy. I want in 10 years I want to have at least 3 hours of comedy.
Material?
Yeah, material.
Like all golden shit that hits.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Like these type 5s I think I have now, but like my time's fucking 5,000. You know what I mean? Like I really, well, whatever 3 hours.
That's not the math?
Yeah, but
Hey!
yeah, pretty much that, man. Like to really have material, because that's my goal is to have like, can you do? You're a one-liner guy or whatever right now. But what if I told you I have 2 hours of fucking one-liners that I'll put in between my stories eventually into my crowd work all in due time. You know what I mean? So like, I just say in the long-term game, my consistency is very good.
Yeah.
So it's just, my batting average is fucking awesome. You know what I mean? So we just keep on doing that because consistency is king. And which is something I struggled with also. Well, actually not struggled with, but in music it's not consistent. It's you go and you launch and you practice and you rehearse and you do a show.
Yeah.
So, there's steps. It's not. But in comedy it's like, you always gotta.
And you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You never know what's gonna happen. Well, listen, man, you're this fucking asshole. This is just me.
Yeah.
No, man, you're always like an inspiration to me, man.
Ah.
Just like the motivation, the shit that you say. When we talk about it seriously and stuff,
Yeah,
and you're
it's
a really sweet guy, man.
Yeah, we
And
should hang out more, man.
10
Like,
years. Okay. You wanna hang out more?
Yeah, why not, man? I feel like that. I feel like when you're like 30 years old and over, people you actually want to have a barbecue with is rare. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I can stand you, like, hey, you're not gonna be that guy, like, there's nothing you cook steak. Unless you don't eat meat, then hey, we're not having a barbecue.
I eat meat.
Eat!
I eat meat.
Yeah,
So
no.
we'll see you at the barbecue.
Yeah, we're gonna have a barbecue this summer. Yeah. Anything you want to say?
Dude, I agree with you, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not be negative about myself.
Right.
So I'm trying to be more positive and just be like, this is me. This is like we were talking the other day. This is me. This is what I do.
That's it.
So even if I bomb, if it doesn't go well,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
learning and I'm doing it.
Like
So
now,
that's what I want to do.
For sure, I gotta go do some comedy,
Let's go watch your set.
get some water, because this guy been talking me up.
All right, dude.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.